Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video of Marvel Contest of Champions. I am back with another 8.4 boss takedown of Glykhan. This time around with my new favorite champion, my recently ranked 3 Ironheart. Got pushed into Radiant, so super excited, so I keep trying Ironheart with different bosses or different takedowns. So here I am presenting you with a Glykhan takedown. So in phase 1, I'm just building up my prowesses, getting up at least 10 to 12 of those prowesses before I try to cycle my SP2s. So I am running a 200% boost and 12% special boost, and I am using a rank 4 relic, a 5-star of Green Goblin, so the duration of the debuffs is increased. So right here on phase 1, it's going to be a bit slow. I am just trying to slowly build up my prowesses. Now her special damage does a lot of damage, but because Glykhan only takes damage from damaging combos and special attacks, you need quite a few of those prowesses before you can deal some substantial damage. But she works really well. This was a very fun and touch and go fight. It's just her animation sometimes really put me off, and I'm not able to evade on time. So I think the more I play with Ironheart, the more I will understand her animations and her hitbox. Like after her dash, her first medium has a very shallow hitbox and you miss it a lot of the times. So now we have 12 prowesses. Here is the first SP2, 27, 54. That's a lot of damage with one SP2. And I got back almost 1 bar of power. So going back in again, 13 prowesses, 12 is good. Now there's an evade charge. I'm gonna dash back and throw my SP1 with 0 damage, but I am able to remove the evade charge, so that was a bit tricky. The difficult part of this fight is going to be how many incinerates or debuff can I keep active on Glykhan. In hindsight, I think I should have brought in a Sentinel Relic, but I only have a 4-star version of the Sentinel Relic. I think the Sentinel Relic would have done better because the ability to pause all of those debuffs, and then Ironheart can also throw an SP1 and pause all of them, so that would have been better. It would have helped me keep more of those incinerates and more damage on the SP2. But hey, in the middle of the fight, that's not what I'm thinking about. Only I'm thinking is to bait that SP1 so I can go back in and try to take him out. Now the fight does start off a bit slow because I have to build up a certain level of prowesses before I can deal some good damage. What I realized that with Ironheart, I keep pushing Glykhan to an SP2, not because that I want to. I hate dexing his SP2. It's just because by the time I get to 2 bars of power, Glykhan does too, so it's better and more efficient to wait the SP2 so his 2 bars can be empty in phase 1, and then I can throw my special attack. So yeah, just going in through that. 16 prowesses, approaching another SP2, and I just love the damage on it. Down to 22%, gonna rinse and repeat that. Again, once you get into the loop of Ironheart and how to play her, she is awesome. And I keep telling this, if I brought in the Sentinel Relic, if I had a 5 or 6-star version, this fight would have been so much more fun because I would have been able to pause more of those incinerates and do some more damage. So right here, I think this is going to be the final SP2 before I take him to a phase 2 where the things speed up a little bit. And boom, 37,000, 37, and 45,000. Those crits are so satisfying. Starting off with phase 2, again I have to gain some punishments. I'm starting off always with punish of banality with hitting in the block, and punishment of stupor with parry. Once I get 6 of them, then I just hold my block, let them throw a heavy and go into a 5-hit combo into a striker. By this time you already have built up 6 or 7 prowesses and it's go time. So with a special attack, that is 8 prowesses. So if you're using any champion, that is the loop to start in phase 1 and phase 2, and by this time you throw another special and you already have 9 prowesses. That is a very quick way to build up those prowesses. Now from 8 to 12 is the tricky part. 12 is usually a good number where you start doing some good enough damage to the opponent. So the big thing is to build up to 12 prowesses, because once you have them, you can just throw 2 or 3 SP2s and bring Glykhan down in chunks with 1 damaging combo. And because he gets so much power in phase 2, this phase is quite fast than phase 1, because he'll keep throwing that specials and he'll keep giving you openings, and you can go back in. I'm going to use a striker here and then straight into an SP2 with that crazy good damage, and he is down to 59%. I finally learned how to space the SP2. It was like, I really still hate it, but there is a method to it, how to evade that. You just need to keep an eye on the actions rather than the spacing, and you are good to go. Otherwise, he just comes out of the ground right in front of you, like he leaps in front of you, and that is very annoying to deal with. So we are up to 13 of those prowesses. Trying to evade an SP2 or SP1 from Glykhan, a special attack. Here's an SP2, and it's go time. Here we go in with some good prowesses. Here is prowess number 14, going into a huge SP2 and bringing him down to 31%. And just like that, the damage from Ironheart is just awesome, especially on those SP2s. I only want to have more incinerates, but wrong relic. Don't have a bigger relic of Sentinel. I think that would be my next pull that I would really want. Hopefully I can pull that end of the season. But if I look at the time taken for this whole fight, it's not bad. It's taking as long as most of the mutants are taking for this fight, and mutants have their personal prowesses as well. So I think this fight took me almost 10 minutes. So a lot of mutant champions take that much time, minus both the storms. Yes, the storms are much quicker, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes maximum for this fight, but Ironheart is doing a really good job hanging in there. We are at the end of phase 2, just to 1% health. Had to throw an SP2, you were able to evade it, and there we are. And now in the final phase, all the punishments are active. I need to remove them, so I'm starting again with hitting in the block with punishment of banality. Now I would like to activate punishment of frustration, that is to intercept twice in a row, but I got hit with the heavy. So here, that's one of the punishment. I went back in again and he hit me, and at this point I'm like, oh crap, this is going to hurt. So you know what, let me just keep throwing my specials. So that's the first SP1. Not really good damage. I have to build up to 10 to 12 prowesses to make it count. So here I'm very comfortable to evading SP1. So I am just keeping him to an SP1, and with my striker trying to gain as many prowesses as possible. I'm at 7 now. Again, trying to bait an SP1 out. So this is the loop, guys. This fight is easy if you learn how to dex the specials. The rest fall into place. I've done quite a few videos. There's also a Glykhan video with all the explanation. You can check that out. I've also done some takedown videos with both the Storms and Emma Frost, so you can check that out as well. And here we are at phase 3, almost taking down Glykhan. Now I am just trying to build as much as prowesses as possible before I get to a big SP2 and gain that power back, and I can do some really good damage. Baited out a heavy, waited for it into a striker, and almost at 3 bars of power, and now I am ready for go time with 11-12 prowesses, and look at that damage. Oof, almost to another SP2. We'll bait out an SP1 again, go back in, use a striker at the end of it. Oh, the opening failed there, and I am down to 5%. And at this time I'm panicking, but I'm like, you know what, I have a few SP2s, I can go back to back and take him down. Here is the first one, and back to another SP2, and that helped me out, and I was able to take him down. In the end, I gave him 2 bars of power, and here I am just like, oh no, I do not want him to throw a special, and I am just trying to stay away from him. Use the striker, creating distance. I'm like, no, stay back, just let the ability finish, then I will block and then let him throw a heavy and I'll take him down. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back with another Ironheart showcase soon. Bye.